It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Man, it is great to be with you again, everybody. The NBA season has now hit full stride. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the Magic in Orlando. Well, for Orlando, they lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. And with the season just beginning, obviously, many games ahead of us. I mean, too many to count. I could start counting them. Will you start counting the games while I ask Kenny a question? All the games we have ahead of us? 1, 2. Well, you need you to count.
Oh. We're in the place they call the Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida. It's the home of the Magic, where we are broadcasting our action live today. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. And before we get going, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach.
Well, guys, he has an admiration.
Thanks, David.
And you look at the Wizards, they definitely took a step backwards last season. Went from being maybe a dark horse to get to that conference finals to becoming a team that just had to fight to stay in the playoff mix. So
Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Gordon comes in for Serge Ibaka. Young's checked in for Green. And Prez is subbed in for Payton. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Mahimi's checked in for Gortat. Markieff Morris comes in for Nicholson. Beal's checked in for Kelly Oubre. And it's Burke in for John Wall. So on the floor for Washington, we've got Thornton. Markieff Morris is out there with Mahimi. And there's Bradley Beal. And it's Burke in at the point. And for the Wizards, there were a lot of factors as to why they had a rough season. Lost some key players and dealt with injury.
Over here, guys. Hustle up. Let's talk.
everyone thinks they are. I mean, they do have a good core with which to build around, but you have to temper expectations with this team moving forward.
Mario Hezonja's checked in for Evan Fournier. And Thornton kicks to Morris. And the call will be against Prez. That's his first foul.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
Let's a floater go. Burt can't get it to go. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. On its way from Young for 2. Biombo kicks to Young. Gordon the pass to Prez. Second chance shot, and that's off the glass and in. Prez has got his first points in this one.
Yeah, Prez is high level from mid-range. I mean, all he needs is a little space, and he's good to let it go.
Young with the steal. And here is Prez. 20 points for him last game against Phoenix. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Ejected by Young. Here's Hezonja. He's covered by Beal. Prez. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. From deep, Thornton. It's good from long range. Thornton's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage inside.
This one for 3. That's good from Prez on the assist from Young. Prez has got 5 points so far.
Just so efficient on the catch and shoot there. You gotta love how Prez just squares up and delivers.
There's the dish to Thornton. And it's Thornton again missing.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Prez is no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
There's the feed to Biombo. Here's Prez. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And a comparison here as we get a look at the last 5 games of steals and fouls, as well as the current season numbers of those stats for Young.
He's been reckless over these past 5 games, and his steal and foul numbers reflect that. Those totals were much better earlier in the season, but he's gotten where he's trying to do too much defensively. He needs to just calm things down.
Thornton against Young. Mahimi a screen. 6 to shoot. And the wide open shot from Morris. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Outside, Beal. He feeds it to Thornton. Puts up a 3, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Prez kicks to Gordon. There's the pass to Hazanya. Dishes to Prez. You look at that great 2-man play from Prez and Young.
Well, you know Young likes to get the ball to Prez when he can, and he found him in a good spot.
Washington's gone 4-6 from long range here early on. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Stolen by Gordon. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. The Wizards with the lead. Now Burke still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. It's stolen by Prez. Pass to Gordon. 2 on the clock. And again, it's Orlando converting.
When there's a wide open man, Prez finds it.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. And an exciting young backcourt in Washington with John Wall and Bradley Beal. Wall said that Beal is known for his appetite.
When we go out to eat, he gets like 2 meals. Then like some people eat 1.
You think John Wall's hungry for a championship in D.C.?
I've seen that dude eat exactly the way John described it, and it's an unbelievable sight to behold. You literally cannot comprehend how anyone can scarf up that much food and still go out and play.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Magic.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Outside, Beal. Here's Mahimi. Banked in off the glass. And the Wizards.
Here we go. Let's draw it up.
Get out, Orlando, you garbage.
We've had our chances on offense.
Mahimi have a breakthrough season in 15-16. A full-time starter for the first time in his career. He played a career high in minutes. And I think he validated his starting role by producing at a good level.
Kicks it to Prez. From deep. Morris with the rebound. Washington leading now by 3. Burke with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And a wide open look for Thornton. And a miss there on the triple. Orlando's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. He lobs it up. And the dunk by Biombo.
And Young just has this innate feel for when one of his guys is open. I mean, he gets those passes there with real precision and fire.
Mahimi a screen. Morris dishes to Beal. Feeds to Burke. Puts up a 3. Can't hit that one. Excellent D there from Prez. Ball going up court. Beal with the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. Morris with the ball. He kicks it to Burke. He dishes it to Thornton. 5 on the clock. Morris outside. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Morris has got 4 this quarter.
Well, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
Prez passes to Hazanya. Knocked loose. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Here's Burke. That 3 off the mark. The Magic trail by 3. Pass to Prez. Shot on the wing. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Even with high-intensity defense surrounding Prez, he makes these shots look simple. I mean, that's a gift, folks. He takes his time, stays in rhythm, and doesn't mind the pressure.
And Thornton kicks to Beal. Inside. Now here's Prez. Burke covering. Over in the corner, Green. All sorts of time. And it's good off the back rim and in. Green's got 8 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Prez. And a look at Prez there, just punishing the rim.
Oh, and you love the ferocity that Prez finished that play off with. No layups for the big fella.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And, you know, Prez isn't a guy who's just demanding of himself, but he's also demanding of his teammates, too.
They get a hand on it. Just 3 on the clock. He's off on that one. And a pretty tightly contested game here as well.
Let's go, guys. We're leading, but we need to work harder if we're going to win this game.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. We're seeing a tremendous game from Prez.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to watch him when he's at the helm because of that first.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Ibaka. Jody Meeks comes in for Green. Young's checked in for Fournier. And Prez is subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Gortat. Keith Morris comes in for Nicholson. Bradley Beal's checked in for Oubre. And it's Burke in for Marcus Thornton. Prez in at point guard. Gordon out there with Jody Meeks. And it's Young. And it's Biombo at center. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. And Jody Meeks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Outside, Beal fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Gordon's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
And Wall kicks to Smith. Pass to Beal. Three-pointer. That doesn't go either for Beal. Magic leading by 8. Young outside. It's deflected. Wall with the steal. And Wall with the slam.
And that dunk reverberated throughout this entire building.
It sure did. Up high and down hard on the windmill flush.
And you just know that's going to have a big effect on this team. I mean, their blood has to be pumping after that one, and the heart rate racing a little faster, too.
Nice release there from Prez to knock down the triple.
I love his form. I mean, it's so repeatable and clean in terms of the release. Just great stuff from Prez.
Beal from long range. Beal can't get that one to fall.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And it's Gordon missing.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
And now Orlando on the break. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Wall dishes to Smith. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Wizards.
And it's been pretty even between the bigs and smalls here. With the game still in question, we'll see which of these guys can take another step to take over the game.
First free throw is good. Orlando making some changes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Biyombo. Evan Fournier comes in for Meeks. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Young. And a switcher also for Washington. Oubre's checked in for Burke. Here's Prez. 20 points for him. Now the dish to Fournier. And there's the feed to Prez. Another miss by Orlando. Wizards trail by 7. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Wall. Morris outside. Out to the right wing. From the arc. And the foul called on Jason Smith. That is his first foul of the game. Orlando leading by 7. Expanding his range. Nice D from Wall. Now here's Beal. Here's the 3. Here's Morris. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And that's a big bonus.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Making a change here. Prez is checked in. Smith checked in for the Wizards. Morris comes in for Oubre. And it's time for an injury report.
Unfortunately, he's saying it appears to be a broken ankle, which, if it's true, would be devastating. That is such a tough blow to take at the early stage of this season. Hopefully, with it being early, he can recover and help this team down the road. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
So on the floor for Washington, we've got Markieff Morris all out there with Andrew Nicholson. Then it's Gortat.
And that is a punch to the jaw. This game, as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game.
Ooh, I don't think he planned it too far in advance. That was one of those things, Greg, that just happened.
You don't mind a guy like him attempting something like that in a close ball game. That was a haymaker there.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
We've seen Gortat playing a good game here so far. 8 rebounds and a decent little assist total for him, too.
No doubt they'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
Kelly Oubre's checked in for Washington. Thornton comes in for Jason Smith. The shot's good from Fournier.
And really, come on now, that kind of drive is what you love about Fournier. No fear at all in terms of taking matters into his own hands.
We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Wall, that's a two-pointer. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Almost no chance of that shot coming in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot.
Here's Wall.
Well, the clock has become their worst enemy.
Not a friend anymore. They've got to work quickly from here.
He feeds it to Thornton. Shoots a three. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Prez with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Here's Prez. Hits the front of the rim and out. Washington's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And a big play there to mute the crowd.
And guys, the only noise we're hearing now is coming from the visitors' bench.
Good to see Gordon coming through with a big basket. I mean, he's no stranger to these high-intensity moments.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 40 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Biombo, he's checked in for Orlando. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. See if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Excellent game we've seen from Prez. He has 23 points, and he's added to his numbers by hitting 4 shots from the three-point line.
And really now you can tell the defense starting to have second thoughts in terms of how they're going to play him. That's 12 points from long range.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's the screen. Ball passes to Thornton. And again, Washington, no good. And here is Prez. And so it's Orlando winning this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again. Prez. You know, tonight he put up his high for the season. Found it. And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks.
You look good up there, but why is that uniform so big? You all look like you're swimming in them. I'm surprised you can play so well in those uniforms. I remember those short shorts. Maybe they were too short, but I think there's something in between.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Greetings and welcome to 2K Sports. I rarely say greetings, but I just did. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, alongside Kenny and Shaq. Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, they're ahead of where they were last season at this time. Always nice to see that progress in a positive direction. And we'll be seeing Giannis Antetokounmpo in tonight's matchup. Still growing as a player, but the talent is certainly there. Shaq, you got any advice for the Greek freak?
People try to compare him to other.
Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline. We've got the Milwaukee Bucks and the Orlando Magic. The story here, Vucevic, injured guys and unable to play. Tip-off goes to Orlando, going with an almost entirely new group here. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Bismack Biyombo. Mario Hezonja comes in for Green. Young's checked in for Fournier. And Prez is subbed in for Augustine. And then for Milwaukee, Henson's checked in for Monroe. Parker comes in for Mirza.
Here we go. Let's draw it up. Listen up. We've got to make some adjustments on offense out there.
Position. Very efficient as a scorer and doesn't need a lot of touches to throw.
And Kevin, I think that's a big plus with him, that he can play either post position quite well. He's 6'11", but has the foot speed to guard both centers and power forwards. And I don't think he'll ever be a star, but you know, he's a player every coach enjoys having because he gives you winning ingredients and attributes.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's guarded closely. It's stolen by Prez. They're running, and there are a lot of gym rats in the league, but Prez might be the biggest one of them all. He's always putting in extra work to keep his game sharp.
And it doesn't matter if he's working out by himself or just as young or with his trainer. He needs to get his work in. Reminds me a little bit of how Kobe was, always working to be the best.
6 to shoot. Feeds it to Carter Williams. There's the three. Orlando grabs the miss. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks, that one in Milwaukee.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Greg, there was some really sloppy basketball being played by them, and they recognized that had they played a cleaner game, they could have gotten the win.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Here is Dellavedova, defended by Young. Dellavedova kicks to Henson. It's stolen by Ibaka. Prez with the ball. Now defended by Carter Williams. Magic moving the ball around. Pass to Prez. Inside, Parker with the steal. Left side, Antetokounmpo. They swipe it. With the shot, and they cash in right away with the quick shot.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
Parker against Gordon. Shot to end this cold run. Outside for Carter Williams. Beyond the arc. They get it again. Here's Henson. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Henson's got his second bucket.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Henson, a screen on Young. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from the wing. And it's Dellavedova missing.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
There's 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. Back to Carter Williams.
The Syracuse alum, Carter Williams, combo guard with really outstanding court vision and excellent speed.
First trip to the line for him here.
An okay season at the free throw line for him so far, sitting right around 76%.
I don't think you really can say enough about the work he's put in and the massive strides he's made in his free throw shooting, guys. I mean, his numbers are way up this year.
And here is Prez, coming off a stellar performance against Washington. Parker outside. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Orlando out in front. Up. And we heard from John Henson before the game, a player on the rise. He feels he still has a lot to prove.
Defensively, offensively, I think I'm better offensively than people give me credit for, and I'm stronger.
Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but it seems to me he's already known for being that kind of guy.
Yeah, that's a great point. Anybody who plays against him knows he looks plenty strong when you're banging with him. But if he needs to push and motivate himself.
Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Kazanya comes in for Evan Fournier. Young's checked in for Meeks. And Prez is subbed in for Payton. And then for Milwaukee, here's a Teletovic is checked in for Miles Plumlee. Antetokounmpo comes in for Parker. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Chris Middleton. Setting the floor for the Bucks, they've got Carter Williams. Mirza Teletovic out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's John Henson. And it's Dellavedova in at the 2-guard spot.
And what makes Prez special is his passion for the game. Any weakness he has, he works tirelessly to make it a strength.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Jabari Parker took an unconventional route to rehab his knee after his ACL surgery. He trained in the Andes Mountains of Peru. The altitude helped the stamina, but Parker said it was also a trip that I took for character. We take a lot for granted. Kevin, even growing up poor in the U.S., Parker said, you don't realize how fortunate you are. Kevin?
Great stuff, DA, and a great way to put that injury into perspective. And you look at the roster of these Bucks, so many players on the team that can rise up and embarrass a defender. Not only can this team throw it down, they're looking to throw it down.
Yeah, they want to wreck that rim as much as they can. And if I had the leaping ability of guys like Giannis and Parker, I'd be doing the exact same thing. The Bucks actually led the league in percentage of shots that were dunked in 2016. They are an entertaining bunch and a throwdown group worth watching. He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
From the baseline, Carter Williams can't get it to go.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
The pass to Ibaka. Kicks it out to Gordon. Takes the 3. Teletovic grabs the board. Bucks trail by 7. to the inside. Back to Dellavedova. To the inside. Stolen by Gordon. And now here comes Young leading the break. It's going to be 2 free throws.
Yep,
Drew contact
go.
on the
Like
shot.
that?
Now let's check out the rebounds and where they're coming from. Here's a breakdown showing the front court and the back court rebounding numbers for Milwaukee.
And their bigs are getting the vast majority of those caroms, handling their business on the inside and freeing up the guards to get up the court and look for early offense.
The Magic have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Jabari Parker's checked in for the Bucks. And last season, Jason Kidd had to have hip surgery, which caused him to miss a large portion of the season. Casual fans might think, why can't you just sit and coach? There's a physical toll to coaching, as we all know.
Absolutely there is, guys. I mean, constant moving, the traveling, engaging in practice, film watching, which requires a lot of sitting. I mean, coaching an NBA team is very stressful and demanding. And hip surgery, any type of surgery for that matter, can definitely have an impact on your ability to perform as a coach. I'm actually glad to see Jason Kidd fully recovered and back to coaching his team.
The three-point game, such a big part of the NBA. Let's see the best teams at it. Bucks #1.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range. And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
And so Young nails them both.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
Carter Williams with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Parker against Gordon. Here's Prez. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. The Buckets got the lead up to 10 now for the Magic.
And they've been working hard on the offensive glass here in the second, and it's paying dividends. They're getting a lot of second chance points.
Now here's Carter Williams. Not a lot of room. Parker kicks to Carter Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. That doesn't go either for Carter Williams.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's good.
Man, what a pass from Young. Really setting up the floor well for his teammates.
Bucks trail by 12. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Prez brings the double team. Over to the wing. Henson with the screen. Clock at 6. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
Keep it up, guys. We have some good momentum. I like what I see out there, fellas.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
Nice numbers put up by Ibaka. 15 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made them.
Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Gordon's checked in for Ibaka. Jody Meeks comes in for Green. Prez is checked in for Fournier. And Levins is subbed in for Augustine. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Henson's checked in for Monroe. Miles Plumlee comes in for Mirza Teletovic. Parker's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Prez in at shooting guard. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Gordon. Then it's Jody Meeks. And it's Levins in at the point. That's who's out there for Orlando. Gordon, the pass to Meeks. It's tipped, and so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last.
And how about the numbers here for Middleton? 12th in steals, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And as we've been seeing, I mean, he's a difficult defender to bring the ball up against. Quick feet and quick hands.
Young's checked in for the Magic. Here's the screen. Prez dishes to Young. Gordon with a screen on Middleton. Deflects the pass. And Young kicks to Prez. Gordon. Nice hit again. And he lays it up and in. Gordon's got 6.
Well, you know what I like to say? Persistence pays. And with Gordon, he's the kind of guy who just does not rest on the glass.
Middleton outside. Parker outside. The feed to Carter Williams. Now here's Middleton. 9 points in the game so far. Takes the 3, and it's blocked, but he gets it back. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Carter Williams.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range, Greg. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for them.
Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Orlando.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Middleton inside the three-point line. Rebound by the Magic. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
And Prez with a clear path to the hoop. Jumps up. Oh!
My goodness. Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
The wingspan of Parker is what helps him get these shots off. I mean, even when he's getting fouled, he's effortless in his shot attempts.
A different look for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo comes in for Plumlee, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Michael Carter-Williams. Prez, no good. Bucks trail by 14. Antetokounmpo passes to Dellavedova. Kicks to Henson. Baseline jumper with the putback. And staying with the play, Middleton. Middleton's got 11.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Gordon with the screen for Prez. To the paint. Gordon dishes to Prez. Tries a 3. The rebound by the Bucks. Middleton's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Pass to Dellavedova. Henson with the screen. Shoots the 3. He knocks it down right at the buzzer!
That's a shot.
A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
It's not going to be easy. Come on. It's not going to be easy. Let's go. Defense. 1, 2, 3, defense.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Bucks trail by 9. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Mirza Teletovic out there with John Henson. And it's Dellavedova in at the 1. Bangs home the trifecta.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Now here's Prez. Perez. Defended by Middleton. Here's Gordon. And Henson sends it back. Now here is Dellavedova. He's covered closely. And when you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo played the one area that he continues to work on, well, it's his shot from range. He's been given the green light to shoot from beyond the arc. The Magic trail by 3 to the middle. He dishes it to Dellavedova. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Chris Middleton's checked in for Jabari Parker. Now here is Dellavedova. Defense is right there. Monroe wide open, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. The Bucks with possession here. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Well, I tell you, the future of the Greek Freak is extremely bright. I mean, he really has shown the ability to deliver in important spots of games.
Here's Perez. There's a good screen. Rebounded by the Bucks. Teletovic just got his third rebound on the night. In the corner, Middleton with it. Oh, good on the 3. So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against the Raptors. No coverage, that's it. Fournier's got 5 points in the quarter.
And really, come on now, that kind of drive is what you love about Fournier. No fear at all in terms of taking matters into his own hands.
Monroe's shot is good.
You know, Monroe's eyes light up whenever his team is looking for a key basket, just taking control of the possession and dominating whoever's in front of him.
Green kicks to Perez. From deep three-point range, out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. .130 left in the fourth quarter. Now Dellavedova. Dishes it to Teletovic. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, Antetokounmpo in this one, he has 14 points and 2 steals as well. He's had great awareness out there, exploiting those passing lanes and coming up with steals.
And Clark, it's as if he's been a step ahead of everyone else out there today. And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
The Magic trail by 6. 1:03 left to play in the final quarter. Perez, no good. Takes it from 10. That one a little long.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss. Time definitely not on their side.
They need a very quick bucket, a real quick one.
Green kicks to Perez. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
Boy, love how Perez owns these possessions, dominating the defense thanks to that tremendous confidence he plays with.
The dish to Monroe. To Dellavedova, trying his luck deep. No good there. And Orlando the other way now.
Now you need every basket you can get.
Greg, I think they're still alive here, but they better execute every trip down the floor from here on out.
Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Indeed, it might be a big, huge moment in this game right there.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. This game is obviously close, could go either staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Got a piece of it. And Prez with a clear path to the hoop. Here's Ibaka. It's good!
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're down by 2. 7 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And it all comes down to this. Still enough time on the clock that they should be able to get a real good look.
Yeah, and in this case, you debate often. You hear guys debate whether to take a 2 for the tie or a 3 to win. In my case, with this situation, I think you go hard inside and see if you can get a good shot in close. Well, I like the way you orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Here, the Magic decide to talk it over. Here's Fournier. It falls!
Man, I got to give major props to the confidence of Fournier. This guy never backs down, wants the big shot.
And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Well, folks, that's gonna do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And with this one in the books, we're ready to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Prez. And Shaq, I can tell you want to say something. Your comments?
Oh my, you talk about a bench player having an impact? That's as big as it gets. And the crowd was loving it. Look at them. They're still here. Ernie, the game's over, and they're jumping around, taking selfies, trying to get their followers up. Oh, my, this came out of nowhere. Who is this guy?
He was a threat every time they fed him the ball. He was in attack mode offensively. So much confidence. Wow, unbelievable.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA.
Superstar! My friend Pam at work said you should make the All-Star team. I said you already are a superstar, so it doesn't even matter. I'll talk to you later.